step aside and let the customers off the train first.
The sound design of Fractals is a mesh of real-world sounds, hyper-reality movie sounds, and sci-fi horror paranormal sounds, all blended to create a soundtrack that is unique to my body of work. Most of the dialogue and voiceover narrative was recorded during principal photography, and on-set dialogue was used whenever possible. While there is some light ADR work spread throughout the movie, leaning on post-production re-recording was not my first or preferred decision. Every scene has either room tone recorded the day of the shoot or manufactured room tone derived from quiet spaces between bits of dialogue. Keep in mind, I had no crew to help me make this film. Sometimes my girlfriend was available to help out here and there, and much of the dialogue recorded was recorded by her at my direction. So to achieve the level of sound quality we have is quite remarkable. All dialogue was recorded on two Sennheiser shotgun microphones, one mounted to the camera and one held near the actors, recording into a Zoom H6 recorder.
As it exists in the creative mind, there is no level of skill capable of presenting an idea exactly as it is intended. And this is the ultimate tragedy of the creative. Looking for a light and missing it. A decommissioned lighthouse, perhaps? One of the saddest images you will ever see. A lighthouse without a light.
Wireless lav mics were used for scenes outside where the actors were far from the camera or couldn't be successfully captured by the Sennheisers for some other reason. These lavs were piped into a first-generation Zoom H4n recorder. During the course of post-production, I engaged personally in the sound design efforts. I upgraded my H4n with the latest H4n Pro and used the device to record all the ambience and most of the Foley work. The onboard XY microphone is perfect for recording stereo ambience, and much of the city sounds you hear in the film is from this basic handheld device. Some scenes only have two layers of sound, a layer of dialogue and a layer of ambience. For example, this scene between Tim and Avis is simply their dialogue via the lav mics from the July shoot, and the ambience I recorded the following spring.
They're just clunky, you can't take them on the subway.
You like a little one.
They're kind of just useless. Once you need them, you can't open them.
Some scenes have upwards of 20, sometimes 30 layers of sound. At the time of the making of this video, they're still being mixed by a professional. Some of the hyper-reality sound effects include punching and kicking, which are layers of hits of various objects, plus the cracking of celery to imitate the sound of bones cracking. This is all very typical sound design stuff. The real invention came with designing the paranormal sounds of a sentient black hole that grows like a cancer throughout the film. The root of this was achieved by hitting a dull steak knife against a slinky in the echo chamber of my shower. Good sound design takes a concerted effort, a will to achieve, the right gear, and outside-the-box thinking. As a matter of garnering support and interest for my film, and because I am a believer in a work together, succeed together creative philosophy, Most of the ambience and sound effects I created for Fractals has been released into the public domain and is now available for download from the FreeSound project. Link in the description. What you do with these sounds is entirely up to you. You don't need to pay or credit me. Just have fun creating. Because I'm not always going to be in a position where I can release various assets of my projects into the public domain. But Fractals is a movie for the creative. It just makes sense that my sound design effort should be released into the FreeSound project. So every sound on my FreeSound profile is available for the taking. If it's not on my FreeSound profile, it's not. But if it is, have at it. Thanks, everybody.